Good afternoon. My name is Clemens von Stockert. I come from the state of Hesse. I don't know how you extend greetings in Hessian, but I'm pleased to be here nonetheless. And I'm talking on behalf of the Frankfurt Airport. I work for its operator, the FRAPORT AG, and there I am responsible for living a life free of corruption, or to put it differently, how our code of conduct can be effectively put into practice. My function at Fraport is that of a value manager. I don't know how many people in Germany are entitled to fulfill a role of this kind. I'm a theologian by training, and at some stage in St. Georgen in Frankfurt, I went to the airport after I completed my studies, not just because the church didn't really offer the sort of occupation environment that I conceived of enjoying myself in. I thought there were better prospects by going to work for the airport. The question is, how do you succeed in putting together a value management system in a company? This is a matter we discussed with ethics professors and with people from Konstanz, Professor Wieland, for example. That was back in 2003 that we began our discussions. And essentially, integrity, credibility, trust, confidence, how can these things be put into practice in a business environment? We developed a four-stage plan. At the outset, you always have the process of codification, and the word is what you have at the beginning, and this is a code of conduct, behavioral standards, in which the CEO points out quite clearly what he and the company want to have, what values he wishes to postulate for the company, and what yardstick he wishes to be measured by. In other words, in the context of his own activities and behavior. He must act as a model for others, in other words. So the question is, what channels of communication should you use to get this project up and running? Of course, you've got the internet, our own intranet, various publications, training schemes, special training courses, and so on and so forth. However, that's not enough in itself. Of the essence is to define values and to make sure they're incorporated in all the relevant business processes. No working contract anymore without the issue of value managed and value-based behavior being incorporated. Now, that is just one example. You could incorporate this in target agreements. Then our business relations with suppliers. Again, the code of conduct can be incorporated there. Now, our major objective was, based on our own experience, to make sure that the extension of the Frankfurt Airport in Frankfurt could be conducted without corruption. We spend €3 million a day for the extension of the airport, and thus make it possible for air traffic to be operated. I don't know how many friends are going to make by saying the following. Our objective is to give air traffic an opportunity to grow in Frankfurt again. We've had 12 years of stagnation at the airport, more or less, and as a result of the new runway that is going to go into operation in October this year, we'll be able to take part in the growing air traffic that has more or less gone past Frankfurt by in the past. Not completely, but more or less. So it really is the case that we, as a company, of course, strive for economic success, but at the same time, we try to plow a lot back into the neighboring region, for instance, by creating jobs. Now, you should conceive the situation as being as follows. At the moment, you have 77,000 people working at the airport in Frankfurt, and every job at the airport has a multiplying factor of 1.8 in the surrounding region. So you're talking here about 140,000 people being involved in work at the airport or in its immediate surroundings or in the vicinity. Now, of course, you might say, is that a good performance? In 10 years from now, we won't be talking about 77,000, but 105,000 people working at or for the airport. And of course, that provides an opportunity for all sorts of different training courses to be provided. And all these jobs are part of FRAPORT's remit. We have several thousand. We're going to be applying a couple of thousand more on into the future. But why should a value manager talk about so many figures? Well, we heard so many good presentations before I took the floor. Then there's the issue of sustainability, the development of an airport that causes noise, foul smells, traffic problems. Can you score a number of points by talking about noise emission? Well, the fact of the matter is that, of course, we have our eye on all these issues. The question is, how can you reduce noise volume? How can you grow without extending or increasing CO2 emissions, but on the contrary, reducing them? We try to rise these issues wherever we can by making sure that any changes or new buildings that we make at the airport take all these things into account. These are the issues that we address or see in the context of sustainability. The question is, what's the whole purpose of an airport? Well, it's satisfying a public need. People want to travel, and that need has to be catered for. Are we a facilitatory factor for air traffic companies, airlines? And we try to come up with answers to all these questions that I've outlined for you. And if you like, we're in the throes of an ongoing debate. For me, it's astonishing, if you refer to the new station project for Stuttgart, that we have managed, as a result of the dialogue we've engaged in with surrounding municipalities and environmental associations and with the city of Frankfurt and other shareholders and stakeholders, that we have succeeded in expanding the airport without having controversial reports or negative headlines in the press every other day. That's the result of our cooperation with the surrounding communities and with the public at large. We're benefiting from that. Industrial relations at the airport are good as a result of our efforts to engage in dialogue. Now, I could talk for hours on end about value management, although I've been given 7 minutes. So perhaps we'll meet again next year.